Good morning, Mon Petit, and welcome back to another day of Everyday May. It is Friday morning this morning. We're starting the vlog with a bit of a car vlog because I'm heading out first thing this morning. I've got a lovely morning planned and I'm actually heading into Romsey, which is one of my favourite villages here in Hampshire. It's one of the prettiest, quaintest, just like the best kind of place to go for just a little coffee, a wander around, a mooch, a shop. Like, it really does have such a like village vibe, which is what I love about it. And I'm actually heading in to meet my sister G because we're going to be doing a bit of plant shopping. There's a lady in Romsey. In fact, every Friday morning they actually have like a little market. So whether you're looking for like bread, flowers, there's like a little basket company which is always really, really cute. There's a lot of like garden antique kind of things, and there's this one lady, and I don't even know if she has like an official business or like if there's like a proper name. We literally call her the Romsey plant lady because she basically has her own nursery where she grows plants from seed, or you know, she has her own greenhouse and she sells them at the market. And when I tell you, the prices that she sells them for are insane. Like, she is so much more affordable than any like garden centre or even like nurseries that we've got locally. And the plants that she grows, she's so skilled. She knows exactly what she's doing because every time we ever get anything from her, they last for ages. Like, the plants thrive so well. They grow quickly. They've clearly been really well looked after and just like really nourished from her, which is really, really lovely to know. And it's so nice to support like a small local business because she literally just grows the plants herself, I think with her husband, I believe. And every Friday morning she is there. But it's the kind of stall where if you don't get there first thing, she's cleared out. And especially at this time of year when everyone's really getting into like their gardening, because she very much sells like, I don't want to say established plants, but they're not obviously seeds. I don't know if you'd call them seedlings, where obviously she's clearly grown them from seed. She's grown them to a point where they're basically ready just to like go straight out into the ground, go straight out into your garden. So if you don't have a greenhouse, if you don't have the opportunity to grow things from seed, it's the perfect place to go. So if you live locally, I could not recommend her enough. Like, she honestly just does the most amazing plants, and she does such a variety, whether it's like little ground plants, whether it's like beautiful like perennials, or even like climbers and things like that. I think that's where my mum got her wisteria. Lady C has a beautiful wisteria growing on her pergola in her garden, and I believe it was from the Romsey plant lady that she got that. And yeah, I would just definitely recommend if you live close by, and I know a lot of you do actually. It's one of my favourite things, being able to like chat to local New Forest and Hampshire girls, people that live fairly locally. I've bumped into quite a few of you as I've been like out and about, whether it's been like in West Key, whether it's been out in Lyndhurst, and it's just my absolute favourite. So if ever you do see me walking around as well, you are more than welcome to come over and say hi. I've had a couple of times people have messaged me being like, oh my gosh, I saw you out in Romsey, but I didn't want to come over and disturb you. I'm like, don't be silly. I am such a chatterbox. I'm always happy to be disturbed and always happy to have a little chat and say hello. So yes, that is the plan of action at this morning. We're heading into Romsey to go to our lovely Romsey plant lady and have a little look around. And we may just have to pop into Josie's because she's right outside Josie's. And if you've not heard me talk about Josie's before, oh my goodness me. Josie's is a chain, and I think it's only a Hampshire chain. There's quite a few Josie's around Hampshire now. There's one in Romsey, there's one in Winchester, there's one in Alresford, there's one in Bishop's Waltham, I think Petersford potentially. Oh, and Chandlersford as well. So there's quite a few, and then it's such an amazing brunch spot. Would that be the word that I would use to describe it? It's not really just a brunch spot, but obviously they're open for brunch, but they also do lunch. It's just such a lovely place to go for a coffee, a catch up, whether you're going for eggs on toast, pancakes, a full on like lunch. They are just so lovely. And because it's a small business, I think it's just so nice to see them like grow and expand throughout Hampshire. Service is always incredible. The locations that they're at are always just like so nicely decorated. They're very quaint. They're like quite understated, but in like a really nice way. And they just do the best coffees. So a coffee at Josie's is definitely on the cards, or a hot chocolate for G. She doesn't actually drink caffeine, but we'll pop into Josie's, grab a coffee, might even have a little wander around Romsey High Street as well. I always love popping into Bradbeer's, which is a little department store that they've got there, because it feels so like oldie worldy in the best way possible on the outside, but then you walk inside and it's got like all of the main kind of brands that you'd like see in a department store. Like, they've got the fashion brands like Phase 8 and Hobbs and like some gorgeous bits like that downstairs. They've got the beauty, Clinique, Estee Lauder, all of that. So it's a really lovely place to wander around because it just is such an amazing like amalgamation of of like old and new, and it feels so quaint, and yet you still have like the modern touches that you'd want. And yeah, it's gonna be a lovely morning. I've just realized my camera battery has started flashing, so I might not be able to get the most amount of footage in Romsey, but we'll see what we'll be able to get. So let's head in for a lovely Friday morning mooch around Romsey. Home from Romsey now after the loveliest morning. I feel like there's just no better morning than hanging out with your sister, doing a little bit of plant shopping, bit of fashion shopping, sitting in a coffee shop and whiling the world away. We literally put the world to rights this morning, and we were very successful actually. We both picked up quite a few plants from our Romsey plant lady. We got to a point where we were literally having to be like, can I just like leave these with you whilst I keep shopping, because I do not have enough hands to carry these all, because we both picked up so many plants that I'm really excited to pot out either today or this weekend. I'm undecided on what I'm gonna do, but also picked up a couple of bits in Bradbeer's as well. I think I mentioned this morning before we headed off, but Bradbeer's is a department store in Romsey, and I love the fact that it's still there. I think it's one of the oldest department stores in the UK, but don't quote me on that. But it's a really like small looking, quite undeserving. What's the word I'm thinking of? Unassuming. It's quite an unassuming building from the outside, and then you walk inside and there's actually like quite a few floors. There's a little cafe inside, and they've got literally all of the brands that you can think of. Like they've got the lingerie department, they've got the fashion department, they've got beauty, they've got home. I actually picked up a couple of dresses in Bradbeer's as well, which I'll show you a little bit later, but I thought I would show you what plants I picked up because I am really excited to get potting these. I'm really going for that like country cottage vibe in our garden. I have been doing, oh my gosh, let me show you actually my Instagram saved folder for gardening, because I have literally been saving so much inspiration when it comes to garden inspo. I just want it to be really like country cottage, really cozy, and I want it to be completely covered in flowers. You can see my vibe. I'm loving like pinks, I'm loving purples. I just want it to be like really blooming. Basically I want it to be bustling with flowers, and you know I love a pot, you know I love a hydrangea, so this is the kind of inspiration that we're going for in the garden. So I've been saving a lot of inspo, and I've been really looking into like country cottage garden vibes and country cottage garden flowers, and there's a few that keep popping up as like really highly recommended flowers to have in a country cottage garden, one of which is a delphinium. This is the Magic Fountains Pure White. So you can see here the little label, what it's gonna look like in summer, and it really excites me to think about like what this is gonna grow to. So do you see what I mean when I say the plants aren't like hugely established, but they're very much, I wouldn't even call these seedlings, like they're just perfect to pot out, like literally go straight in the ground, go straight out into the garden, and then you can have beautiful flowers all summer long. And delphiniums are such a gorgeous one because they do actually grow quite high. Did I do delphiniums last year in the garden? I can't remember if I did, but yeah, I think delphiniums are a beautiful one to do in your garden. And you're definitely going to notice that we have a bit of a colour scheme, because I don't like a huge amount of colour in the garden in terms of like yellows or reds or anything like that. I'm very much like blues, purples, pinks, whites. Those are the kind of colour schemes that we go for. So I also picked up some digitalis, which digitalis I grew last year, and oh my gosh, I believe digitalis is actually foxgloves. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, the lighting is really funny today because it's such a like grey day outside, but it's quite bright. It's a really odd one. So the camera is really struggling to focus on my face. But yeah, I'm pretty sure digitalis are foxgloves. And I remember my foxgloves last year did so well because here in Hampshire, we have very clayey soil. Very clayey soil, and foxgloves, I believe, love clay soil. So I planted these up last year. I did like a purple one and they thrived. So I picked up a little white one, which I might keep an eye out for like a lovely purple one as well, because I think that would be so amazing to pair together. So I picked up the digitalis. I then also picked up two lupins, which I love a lupin. No, that's my allium. Hang on, where's the other lupin? I love a lupin because I just think they look so interesting. Like, they're such a unique flower and I just absolutely love them. Now, I remember last year I did them in pots and they didn't do so well, but I do know that they're supposed to be a lot better in borders. I love it when they tell you exactly like all the info about it. So this is a lupin in Gallery Pink, herbaceous perennial. Spikes of bright pink flowers above compact mounds of bright green, deeply fingered foliage, which is amazing. Suitable for borders in full sun, mixed with other perennials or in ordinary, well-drained soils, easy to grow. Amazing. So I picked up 2 of those. Did I get those in the same colour? Oh, no, I picked up this one in the pink and then one in the white, which I think is going to be really, really lovely. I look like I've got like a forest around me now, so I think those will be lovely. I know a lot of people really love like symmetry in their garden. They really love doing like patterns and stuff. For me, I kind of just plant whatever I love to plant. And then lastly, spoiler alert, alliums. Alliums are one of my favourite flowers ever. I just think they're so beautiful because they're just this like lollipop head of purple, and especially around things like hydrangeas and maybe a bit fluffier. I just think they stand so proud and so tall, and I absolutely adore these. And these are actually lavender bubble alliums. I mean, for the name alone, I couldn't not pick them up. So they look like they're almost ready to flower. So I'm going to pop these up in the border as well. And hopefully we're going to have beautiful purple flowers all summer long. How long do these last? The perennial allium makes a lovely bushy plant with foliage that does not die back during and after flowering. Lots of large, rich blue lilac mauve flowers are produced throughout the summer, be attracting. No, it doesn't quite tell me exactly how long these are going to last, but hopefully they're going to be really, really good because it does say that they are a hardy plant, and I know a lot of people that have a lot of success with alliums. And I love the fact that they're like a good pollinator as well, so the pollinators are going to love them. So that's my plant haul from the lovely Romsey Plant Lady. Would definitely recommend heading into Romsey first thing on a Friday morning and checking out what she has, because all throughout spring, summer, she will have plants there for you that you can pot out and you can grow yourself, and it's just so, so lovely to pick up. And because we love a bit of range on this channel, we can't do anything else other than follow a plant haul with a bit of a fashion haul, because it wouldn't be a PetiteElliee vlog with a little bit of range in there. So let's head upstairs and I can show you what I picked up at Bradbeer's, because I got a couple of really beautiful dresses. If ever you are planning a trip into Romsey in Hampshire, I feel like you're going to be really pleasantly surprised by Bradbeer's, because as I said, it really is such an unassuming store on the outside, but they've got so many gorgeous brands in the department store. Like, they've got Katie Loxton bags, they've got Radley, they've got all of like the big beauty bits, and then upstairs all the fashion brands. And one that I was particularly interested in was Phase 8. You know how much I adore Phase 8, especially in spring, summer. I just live in their pieces. In fact, actually, all year round. In autumn, winter, I love their coats, I love their jumper dresses, but in spring, summer, it's all about the beautiful dresses for me. And I am just so excited by the fact that the weather is finally, like, the temperatures are finally warming up. Like, the fact that I could just go out in this little cardigan today made me very, very happy, but I can't wait until I really have the urge to start wearing my dresses again, because all throughout summer I just want to be wearing beautiful, floaty, feminine dresses. You know that it's my vibe. And when I saw this in Phase 8, I was like, that is the cutest little thing I've ever seen. And you know how much I love a shirt dress. I feel like a shirt dress is just such a staple in your spring summer wardrobe because they're so versatile. I know a lot of you always ask me about like workwear pieces, and as much as I don't work in an office anymore, there are certain bits where I think this would be perfect if I did work in an office, because this is the kind of thing that you can easily dress up with, like a blazer, a little crop jacket you can wear with like ballet flats or court shoes, and it looks very corporate. Or wear it with a cute little cardigan, wear it with a white pair of trainers, chuck a crossbody bag over the top, and it's a lovely weekend piece. So it really is so versatile, and I loved the pattern and the print on this. It almost just looks like there's been like a little sketch that's drawn into the shirt, which I just thought was so unique. And I love the fact that you've got like the puff sleeve detail, because I do sometimes find that when they just have like normal shirt sleeves, sometimes it can just look a bit androgynous, it can just look a little bit unstyled. So I quite like it when they put a little bit of thought into the styling, and a little black belt to cinch in, which I always love being able to like cinch in the waist and create a beautiful streamlined silhouette. And the skirt, oh my gosh, wait until I try it on, because the skirt is just amazing. I'm so obsessed with the like illustration that runs through it. I've not seen anything like this before, and I just thought it was the cutest thing in the world. Now, they didn't have petite in store, so I just picked up the like regular fit size, but especially when it comes to shirt dresses, I'm not really worried about it being like petite versus regular length. I don't know if they do this in petite, but I will find it online and link it down below for you guys if you do also want to shop it. But I just thought it was such a cute little addition into my spring wardrobe. I can imagine I'm going to be wearing this a lot as soon as the weather starts to warm up. Oh my goodness me, how adorable is this dress? Look at the illustrations on the skirt. I just love it. It's so interesting. I haven't seen anything like it. I also kind of love that it's like asymmetrical. Like it looks like it's going up. I don't actually know what it is supposed to be. Do you know what this reminds me of? I don't know if it's meant to be that. It really reminds me of Portofino in Italy. Oh my goodness me, it must have been 2 years ago that we were in Portofino now. It would have been 2 years ago this September. Especially with like the hills and the trees. It really, really reminds me of that. But I'm not entirely sure if that's what it's actually supposed to be. It might say online, so I will leave it linked down below. But I love the shape of it as well. And the fit is so gorgeous. I love the black belt actually. Sometimes I find doing a belt in a different colour is a bit jarring, and I'm not always the biggest fan of it, but I actually feel like it really works with this because you've got the black like writing with the illustration, because you've got the kind of like detailing to it. I feel like the black belt really pulls your eye in, and actually it makes you look like you've got the teeniest, tiniest waist, which I'm always happy with. It's something I love with regards to my dresses, is having a puff shoulder as well, especially a puff shoulder with a cinched in waist, because it really helps with regards to that silhouette, and it really helps with regards to that elongation in your torso. I know I talk about this a lot, but I'm always looking for pieces that will make me appear taller. As a short girl, I never want an item that's going to just like make me look shorter, and I feel like a puff shoulder really helps to like pull the eye up to your shoulder, and really like brings it all together basically in a super flattering. So I love how this looks. Love the collar detail as well. You can have it undone, you can do it a bit more preppy and have it completely done up. For me, I like it to be a bit more undone, a little bit more loose and casual, and the kind of way that I would style this, I've just chucked it on with a little pair of slides for the summer. But as I said, white trainers would be great with this, ballet flats would be great with this, even loafers. I feel like anything would go with this dress, and you could definitely style it up a little bit more if you wanted to wear it for something a little bit more formal, with a cute little pair of espadrilles, a little straw bag. I just feel like this is the kind of dress that is so versatile to keep in your wardrobe that I can picture myself bringing out time and time again. I'm just obsessed with how this looks. It's the cutest little dress, and I'm so excited to add this into my wardrobe. The other dress I picked up is this beautiful little patterned number. I don't know if you've noticed, but especially with the pieces I've been picking up recently, a lot of them are quite like monochromatic, and again, I don't know if that's the weather, I don't know what it is, but I'm just really being pulled to like this kind of style. I just feel like it's very classic, it's very timeless. I'm the kind of person that loves a neutral, so I know I'm never going to get bored of neutrals, and I know I talk about this all the time, but how ageless is this dress? If you don't know about ageless fashion, it's basically the kind of pieces where you can wear at any age, you can wear at any stage of life. It's the kind of thing that I can imagine buying now and still in 20, 30, 40 years time, I want to wear this dress. And a wrap dress is exactly that. It's so ageless. You can wear a wrap dress no matter what age you are. And this is the exact same like style, the exact same shape as the polka dot one that I have from Phase 8, which I absolutely adore. I've had so many compliments on, and I absolutely love it. Again, can't wait to really start wearing it. So I know I already loved the shape of it, and I know I already love the style. I love the fact that it's in kind of like a different pattern, and you know what I'm like, if I like it, I'll just get it in another colour. Honestly, horrendous when it comes to that, but I do feel like if there's something that you absolutely adore, and especially when it's such a different pattern, like such a different colorway, it looks like a completely different dress. So nobody's gonna know it's the same dress. Nobody is gonna know. How will they know? So yeah, I just thought this was another really cute little addition. I love a wrap dress in spring summer, and another piece that I can imagine myself wearing so much as soon as we see Mr. Sunshine come out throughout spring. You know what I think my favourite thing about these two dresses has been is the fact that neither have had to go over my head. A shirt dress and a wrap dress, you don't need to put either over your head, and there's nothing worse than when you've done your hair and you completely ruin your hair with your outfit. In fact, I would love to know, comment down below, what order do you get ready in the mornings? Because I am a makeup, then hair, then jewellery, then outfit kind of a person. I mean, if jewellery counts. Makeup, hair, then outfit. Which one are you? Because I know some people would rather choose their outfit first so they don't ruin their hair. Some people do hair first because they like to give it time to set whilst they're doing their makeup. Let me know which you are. Comment down below what order you get ready in, but love the fact that I can just slip these on without having to put them over my head, and I love this wrap dress. It's a very secure one as well if you're worried about falling out of it or anything, which I have had that concern before. Trust me, I've had wrap dresses that have literally fallen out. Number one, the material is really lovely and like it's quite, what's the word? Like rigid, is that the word I'm looking for? It's quite rigid, so it's like a really nice one for that, but it also has a button here, so you're not going to fall out of it, which is amazing. And I love the length of it. Like the skirt is just so beautiful. I always love a skirt that has a bit of a tiering detail to it. I think it's absolutely stunning. Again, I just put it on with the slides, but so many pieces would go with this. If you wanted a little bit of height, I think a pair of heels would be gorgeous, but I love the length of this. If you're new around here and you don't know my height, I'm 5 foot exactly, so for most girls it will probably be like ankle length, if not shorter, but I kind of love the length on me. I think a mid-axi is like a really, really beautiful length to go for. It's really elongating on your body as well. And again, we have like a slight puff to the sleeve, which I think is so flattering, and I love the like V detailing it with the wrap. So another beautiful one to add into my wardrobe. I think this is such a gorgeous piece. This could be like a wedding guest dress, this could be a barbecue dress. This is the kind of piece that you can dress up or dress down, and that's exactly what I'm looking for whenever it comes to adding in new in spring summer pieces. If you haven't seen it before, this is the little polka dot one that I was talking about. It's the exact same style, the exact same shape, but in like a polka dot wrap instead, which I love because it's like a beautiful navy blue. You know my obsession with navy at the moment, and I feel like you just can't go wrong with polka dots. So I'll leave that linked down below as well. In fact, I'll just leave a link to Phase 8 New In because, oh my gosh, they have so many gorgeous pieces at the moment. It's really lovely to see them in store, but also we love doing a bit of online shopping. We love doing a little bit of online browsing. So I'll leave a link to their New In section because they have so many gorgeous dresses for spring summer. Oh my gosh, I just realized I wasn't wearing my ring for that whole try on section because I took it off to moisturize at my hands just before I started filming. So if you're wondering, no, there is not a divorce going on. We haven't just broken up today. I am still wearing the ring now. I've just put it back on because I do this thing right, and I always notice if I'm not wearing my ring, I don't know if anyone else does this, where I'll kind of like fiddle with it at the back if I'm not wearing them. So I'm like, hang on, what have I done with it? Where have I put it? It's in my jewellery box because I took it off to moisturise my hands, which I am loving at the moment. As you can see, I've used a lot of this. It's the Molten Brown Flora Luminaire. It's just a body lotion, but I love it. It's like a bit more of a hand lotion because I do find the Molten Brown ones are a bit more lightweight, which I like. So they're not greasy, they're not like overly thick or anything like that. So they're a perfect little hand moisturiser. So if you get dry hands throughout the day, this is a great one. Just to like keep on your desk, keep on hand so that you can give yourself a quick little top up. But just remember to put your rings back on afterwards and don't forget like I did. So I've just come outside because despite the fact that it's not the sunniest day today, it's actually really warm. As you can see, I've taken the cardigan off. I'm sitting out in my swingy chair with literally just a top on. Spring is well and truly on its way, and it's just my favourite thing when it's just so still, so calm and so quiet. I don't know if you can hear it, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but one of our neighbours actually has a pond of fish, and you can just hear the running water. There's nothing more calming than running water. It's why I love living in the New Forest, because we've obviously got the beautiful like nature surrounding us, we've got the forest surrounding us, the horses, the trees, all of that jazz, but we're also right on the coast, and it's so easy if you want to get to the beach, if you want to see the sea. It's so easy. And I have actually heard that apparently it's really therapeutic, and it's something like ingrained in us as humans that water calms us. So I love listening to the sound of water. I'd love to get a water feature one day, but for now, I get to enjoy it from my neighbours, which I'm very lucky for. But I want to spend the rest of the afternoon out here because I do want to pot up. Pot up? Did we establish what the word is? I want to get my plants in the ground and start creating a bit more of a border. And I'm really undecided, and I wish I could ask for your help because I want to do it this afternoon, but I don't want to wait a couple of days for this vlog to go up because, you know, I'm a couple of days ahead. But I'm undecided whether to do it in the little border down here or whether to do it in the border on the side. I think we've established that the hydrangeas don't really work. I bordered them, bordered them, I planted them down here, and I just feel like they kind of disappear in this border because it's quite a deep border, so maybe I need to level it out a little bit more, put a bit more soil in. But I just feel like hydrangeas like this do so much better. Sorry, neighbour's dog has come outside to play. But I just feel like hydrangeas like this just look so much more impactful in a pot. So I might actually pull those up and repot them in a pot. I'm sure they'll be fine because they've only been in the ground for a couple of days. So I feel like it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world to pot them up, and I'll give them some compost, I'll give them a good water. One thing I will say about hydrangeas, which I actually didn't realise this for ages, but hydra, they require so much watering. So especially in the spring, summer, you really want to look after your hydrangeas and make sure you're giving them a good old water like every single day. And I always find whenever I'm like going around and watering my plants, the hydrangeas drink up so much more, and I didn't know for ages why. Hydrangea. So that has blown my mind, but I think I'm going to go and get my little gardening supplies, get my little cushion for my knees, and do a little bit of planting up because I think it will be really lovely to get these plants in the ground, let them establish themselves, and then hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll see them coming to life, we'll see them blooming. We're just going to see beautiful flowers here in the garden. I can't wait for it to become what we really want with regards to our dream country cottage garden. That's all I've ever wanted, a beautiful little garden just to sit out in, look at my flowers. Wanted it to be really good for pollinators, and just love being, as you know, love just sitting out in the garden and just being. So let's go and get the supplies and we can get these plants in the ground. Well, the sun seems to have come out just in time for us to start doing a little bit of planting. So I think I'm going to do this border. I think I'm going to focus on this one, especially whilst the grass is still growing, which update. Still looking good, it's still coming through, it's very exciting to see, but I've just been kind of placing them in the border to see how they're going to work, because I know pairing plants together is a really good idea with regards to how things are going to look, but I'm also aware that there's still a lot more that I want to do. So I think I've mentioned that I really want to get some antique climbers. I want one for this, which will be amazing for this climbing hydrangea. I'd love to do some sweet peas, maybe some, I don't know, what other climbers that would be amazing. Maybe I could literally do 3 sweet peas going along, because I love how they look and how they smell. It's just incredible. So I'm kind of leaving gaps for that as well, and I'm potting these up quite close together. And the good thing is that I can always go back, I can always buy more. I would rather have like too little than too much, because also I just want to have fun with it. I never want to like overwhelm myself with these things. So we're going to do an allium and then the delphiniums, and then I'm going to do the foxgloves and the lupins, and then allium and lupins. I think that'll be really, really nice. And as I said, the more I plant up, the more I can see how it works. And if we've got space, I can add more like behind, because I just want it to be as like full and as flourishing as possible. So that's the kind of vibe that we're going for over here. And I think that's going to work really, really well. So whilst the sun is out, let's enjoy ourselves and get planting. Well, my new plants have been planted up. They are secured and tucked into their new bed. They have just had a water, so they look a little bit soggy at the moment, but hopefully they'll have a good old drink and it'll be just what they need to perk them up. I'm so excited to see the progress for these and just how quickly they're hopefully going to come out. So as I said, I've left some spaces like here, and we also have quite a big space here as well, which even though this is a fairly small border, I feel like it's getting filled quite quickly, which is quite nice. So yeah, but we've still got a lot of room to play with, which I'm really, really excited about. Just thinking about what we can do with this space. I've just watered those in. I've also just given the grass another little water, because it's always best to do that in the evening. And then I've also got my new hydrangea potted up, which is looking amazing. I'm so happy with how she looks in the pot. I just feel like these hydrangeas do so much better in a pot. They look so much more impactful. So I've just got this one out. This is another one from the Heritage Pot Company, and it's a great one, and it's definitely made me realise that I need some new garden pots. Actually, I need to buy some more because I am running low on my supply. So I might actually book in a trip to Robin's Nest at some point soon, because I would love to get some more vintage pots. Like, I love this one. This antique vintage style is just so gorgeous, and Robin's Nest always have amazing outdoor like garden bits. In fact, it might actually be a great place to find some climbers, some vintage antique climbers for over here, because I have my eye out for that, because I think that would just be amazing in that space. But yeah, I love how they look. So I've replaced the hydrangea with the olive tree, and I think it really fills this space. I just love this little corner here. We just need to basically get going. I think I'm going to need to buy some more topsoil for this border here, and I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do with this space, because it's just so much space to play with. I feel like we have so much potential here in this garden, and it excites me so much. So a lovely evening spent out in the garden. I think I'm going to head inside now and have a lovely cozy evening indoors. Oh my goodness me, when I tell you that there is no better feeling spending the afternoon out in the garden, soaking up a little bit of vitamin D, doing a bit of gardening, getting a bit green fingered, then coming inside in the evening, having a shower and getting into your PJs. I am so excited to shower this evening. I feel like there is just no better feeling. I also feel like there's no better feeling than that like sense of accomplishment after you've been doing a bit of gardening. You've been pottering about. It's actually quite like hard work. I always find it a bit difficult on my knees. That's why I have my little knee pillow whenever I'm doing my gardening, but that post-gardening shower is the best. But before I jump in the shower, I wanted to show you a little delivery that arrived today. It's part of a charity actually, and it's so lovely because you guys can get involved in it as well. It's these little kind of like beauty bags, and the money goes towards charity. And the charity is called Look Good Feel Better, and it's for women that are basically fighting cancer, and they help them with support, they help them with, like, you know, just making them feel so much better. And as someone who's had people that have been affected in that way, I can totally see how much like your appearance makes such a huge difference. So it's a really lovely charity you can get involved in. So I'll leave a link to it down below, but I thought I would show you what's in the little bag because we have some really lovely goodies in here. First up, very much needed at the moment considering we are heading into spring, summer. This is an SPF 30 spray, which now that we're heading out into the garden, it's always handy to have one of these literally just by the door. Give yourself a quick little top up, like spray shoulders, spray face, make sure you're looking after your skin and applying your SPF. We then have an Elemis cleanser. Oh my goodness me, the Elemis Superfood AHA Glow Cleansing Butter. I don't think I've ever tried this one before. Pumpkin Glow Facial Cleanser. Because that sounds absolutely amazing. We then have an eyeliner in here from e.l.f., which is a little coal black liner, which I do love doing, especially on like a lazy day. Little smudge it over your fingers. It's so easy, and it even comes with a little sharpener with it as well. Gosh, I was literally just thinking this morning that I really need a new beauty blender, so this has come in perfect timing. This is a Chameleon beauty blender by PetiteElliee Beauty. This is really lovely because I feel like some of these brands I've not actually discovered before. We also have a little eyebrow set, which is really lovely. That's from a collection. And lastly, a little nail polish, which I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of making me think maybe I should give myself a bit of a pedicure this evening because I really need to get my toes and my feet summer ready. For when I'm wearing my slides, I'm wearing my little summer sandals. I actually have to do that this evening, but this is OPI Nature Strong in the shade We Canyon Do Better. That's such a random shade name, and that's a really lovely like nudie pinky color, which actually I feel like matches my nails really well. So some lovely products and a really good cause that you can get involved with. So I'll leave a link to that down below, and I do think I might have to give myself a bit of a pamper now this evening. That post-gardening shower is well and truly on the cards. Give myself like a full body scrub, have like a really lovely relaxing shower, and then do a bit of a pedicure, pamper evening. That sounds like a Friday night of dreams, especially considering we've got the long weekend ahead, which I'm so looking forward to by the time you watch this. Well, I'm only 2 days ahead, so I think I'll be watching it on the Monday. Let me know what you've been getting up to for the long weekend. I'm really excited for a little bit of sunshine, fingers crossed. Just a lovely chilled out couple of days, which you'll of course be coming along with me because every day May, I'm just absolutely loving it so far. We are 5 days down, and I feel like it's weird if I like don't pick up the camera now. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, let's go grab the camera and chat about our day. So I really hope you guys are enjoying everyday May so far, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.